All right, y'all. What's up? This is Faith coming at you from the truck. It's kind of late here. I'm getting ready to go on one of my assignments, so I'm gonna make this one a short one. But I wanted to stick my neck in, say hi to everybody, and let you know that I have been watching. Okay, and let me tell you guys something. There are a couple of things that's been coming out here. First things first, I watched that Coming to America 2 movie, and I am going to do a live stream on that. Just want to let you guys know that is coming. I'm going to do, I think, something with CK and Love Wisdom. We're going to get together. We're all going to critique that movie. There's not going to be any spoiler alerts. I want to wait until I think enough of you have actually watched that movie before I critique it. But I do want to, stick my neck in tonight. I'm not going to be on here that long, guys, because I do got to go pick up this load. But I did want to weigh in on that whole Meghan Markle Prince Harry interview with Oprah Winfrey on CBS. That was very interesting. Very interesting. A couple of things that I noticed about that interview. First things first, I believe that interview had to have happened at least maybe last year. I could be wrong. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it looks as if there was no social distancing during the time of this interview with Oprah. They were sitting pretty close. Nobody was socially distanced away from each other. Nobody was wearing any type of mask. There was nothing, you know, going on as far as like the COVID thing. So it kind of makes me think that this was filmed ahead of time. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong here, but that's my take on it. Um, a lot of things that came out in this interview that was kind of alarming to me. The first thing was the whole allusion to the royal family and how they took in Meghan Markle and their concerns about the race of the baby and how dark the baby was going to be. It looks like a lot of the information that Meghan got was relayed to her through her husband, Prince Harry. And I like the fact that Oprah Winfrey did this interview and she interviewed them, one at a time. So first you got to hear Meghan's take on the situation. And then when Prince Harry joined her, she asked him the same exact questions that she asked Meghan. And it seemed to me that Prince Harry corroborated everything that his wife said. So there's no, this is all Meghan. Meghan's running the show type thing that everybody was saying. Meghan is controlling Harry. I don't see any of that. And it was really important that that be bought out because a lot of people was running a narrative that Meghan was basically ruining Harry and basically driving him away from the monarchy. And that was completely not true. Actually, it was Harry's call for him to usurp his family from that situation. He made that call. So I was looking at the interview, and I want to say that I have to give kudos to Prince Harry for getting his family out of that situation. He recognized that history was repeating itself with his wife, and he was looking at her mental health and how it would impact his family. So I'm really really glad and I'm really proud of him for handling the situation the way that he did. That showed pure leadership and concern as a husband for his wife and the mother of his children. So kudos to him for doing something that his father should have done in the situation that his mother, Princess Diana, was in. Um, there were moments during the interview where Meghan was saying that she felt suicidal. She felt trapped, like she couldn't get the help that she wanted, and that the family was not being supportive. And what I liked about how it was done was when Harry came out, he came out, and when Oprah asked him the same exact questions, he pretty much mirrored the same issues and the same concerns that Meghan did. So all of you guys running around here talking about Meghan was in control. Meghan was the one that was pulling all the strings. It wasn't Meghan that ultimately made the decision to pull the family away, to pull their family away from the monarchy. It was actually Prince Harry's call and his decision. Now, what I don't understand is, what I do understand, we know that it had something to do with racism, but it seems to me if what they are saying is true, and I would be curious to know what the other side of the story is, what the actual royal family has to say in response to the things that was said in that interview. But it's really, really curious to me how they were so eager to break with tradition, so much to the point that they would strip their own blood son of a title. They were going to strip Harry of his title. And we all know that Harry, of anyone in that situation, is entitled to his title, but they were willing to strip his title away. And they had no good explanation, according to Meghan and Harry, for why they wanted to do it. And see, the only thing that I can think of is that Meghan is a descendant of a black parent. She's a descendant of African American slaves. That is the reason why they didn't want Meghan to have any type of title, and they told them that their children would not have title or protection. So it's really, really interesting how they were willing to break away with royal tradition just because Meghan showed up. All of a sudden, they don't have the money to support Meghan, their children, and to protect their family, but they have enough money for his brother and his wife and their children. So there's so many things that was said during this interview that really raises my eyebrow, and it begs the question, with the whole integration thing, are you really, really being accepted? And this is for both black men and black women. This doesn't just only represent or look badly upon black women that try to integrate, but also look at it from black men trying to integrate. Are you really being accepted, or are you just being tolerated? And it seemed to me like they were willing to allow Prince Harry to, marry this woman, but we don't know what the conversations were behind the scenes. The mere fact that Prince Harry did not feel comfortable talking to Oprah about exactly who said what about their son's complexion, like, if the child was going to be dark, and what that would mean and what that would look like for the monarchy. The mere fact that he didn't even want to go into detail about that, he's still protecting his family. That's what that tells me. And it seems as if both him and Meghan are still protecting the royals, even though they were quick to snatch protection from them. And I found that to be very interesting. And it makes me ask the question, why would they still want to protect an institution, so to speak, that was not wanting to protect them? They pretty much told them that they were on their own. So here you got a bona fide, I think Prince Harry would be like fifth in line to be prince. So you have a bona fide blood royal, and they're telling him that they would have no protection. These people are well known throughout the world, and they're snatching protection from them in the middle of a pandemic that is rocking the world and making everything unsafe for everybody, not only medically, but people in their position with their titles and with their celebrity status. To snatch any type of protection from someone like this, you're basically throwing them out there to be, dare I say, killed. I mean, it seems as if they were literally trying to sacrifice their own blood. And the only reason I can think that they were willing to do that was the mere fact that he married that black woman that, and she's not even all the way black. she's she looks white. I mean, for all intents and purposes, if Meghan Markle could get away with hiding her mother's identity altogether, she would actually pass. But just the mere thought that this black woman, this woman that came from another black woman, is sitting in the royal palace, they could not stand that so much. So I'm wondering, because all of this information, Meghan is saying that she got all of it from her husband. I'm wondering, did Harry tell Meghan everything? What's going on at Bixme? Hold on a second. I'm going to get to the comments here just a minute here. Oh, what's up, Diamond Princess? And Audra Banks. I see everybody here. Topaz, hey, what's up? Always good to see you down here in the chat. And Gia Girl. So let me see. Audra Banks is saying so many are acting like Meghan is an older woman who influenced a little boy away from his family. Harry is a full grown man. He made the call to protect his wife and child. Exactly. And like I said, people got it wrong this entire time. He went on live television himself and he set the record straight. So from here on out, nobody needs to be talking about how Meghan influenced anything. That was her husband's call, and she followed his lead. At Bixby says, folks don't want to believe that Harry really loves his wife. I believe that he truly loves his biracial wife. The public is hating on this union. Yes, I believe so too. And it is evident in how he looks at him, his body language, everything that they spoke of, they pretty much echoed each other. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for uniformity when both of them were sitting there separately telling their stories. When Meghan told her story and when Harry came out and Meghan was quiet, she did not say anything while Harry was recollecting his version of what he felt was happening. And in his version, he mirrored and echoed everything that his wife said. So the uniformity was there. Let's see here. His body language is protective. This is at Bixby. I respect Harry. He even told the press to leave my wife alone and to stop harassing her. He is manning up. Exactly. Exactly. Now, here's the one thing that I am concerned with, and this is going to be part of the discussion. I don't know if it's going to be this weekend, but I want to do a panel on this. But the discussion is, did Harry was he really upfront with Meghan about everything? Because if you go back and listen to that interview, Meghan is saying that she got majority of her information from Prince Harry. So everything that Meghan is getting, she have her own firsthand experiences, of course, but the majority of her information she's getting secondhand from her husband. So, did Prince Harry actually tell her when he told his family that he was going to marry her? Did he tell her everything about what his family said to him about marrying this half breed black woman? Because I don't think that this is the first time race has come up in Prince Harry's conversation about Meghan to his family. I think that the rift between his father and his brother is very telling. The fact that his brother and his father are not speaking to him speaks volumes. And I think that the people that he is reluctant to name, as far as who said what about color, I think it might be the very two people that he is no longer close to anymore in the family, and that would be his father and his brother. I'm pretty sure that before he married Meghan, there were things that were said to him prior to him marrying her that he did not share with her. I don't think that Harry was upfront with Meghan about a lot of stuff. So, see, I think it's the other way around. I don't think that it was Meghan that manipulated the situation. I think that Prince Harry wanted Meghan so badly that he did not tell her everything about the situation with his family. Because she said herself that if she had known what she knew today, she would not have been married into that family. And I think Harry withheld a lot of information so that she would take that plunge with him. I think Harry knew that his family didn't want him to marry her. I think that there might have been I don't know. There might have been threats ahead of time that they were going to snatch titles. I think that there was going to be threats ahead of time that they might just be relegated to the back of the throne. So I believe Harry knew all of this, but he did not share that with his wife. That is the feeling that I walked away with when I finished listening to that interview. I don't think that Meghan went in knowing the full details about how they really felt about her. And because they're in the public eye, of course, the royals, they're real good at pretending. I think that in front of the cameras and in front of everybody, they pretended to accept her. But behind the scenes, they were telling Harry something totally different. They were having totally different conversations with Harry about that marriage and that situation that they were not having with Meghan. And they kept Meghan isolated on purpose. They kept her isolated on purpose because they were working on Harry. That is my feeling. That is what I feel in my gut, guys. I feel that in my guts. I promise you. But let me go ahead and see what you guys are talking about. I'm not going to be on here this long. Like I said, I just wanted to pop my head in and let you guys know that I've been listening. I've been watching. I've been paying attention to some things. And we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of this. At Bixby says he didn't tell her everything because she may not have gone along with it. She is beautiful. Yes, she is. She is very beautiful. And she had many options. And that's the thing. That's the thing a lot of people are glossing over. People are glossing over the fact that Meghan Markle was no slouch. Meghan Markle is a very beautiful woman that anybody would have wanted to get with. Anyone. She could have been with anybody. She had plenty of options. So Prince Harry, I could see him, being desperate for her not to find out how his family really is. He lied by omission to his wife so that she would accept him and that situation. I really do believe her when she said that she didn't know much about that situation at all. I think she was blindsided. And I think it's because of her husband. Her husband really does love her, but he should have loved her enough to tell her the truth from the get go. And I think that that is his fatal mistake there. They should not have never entered into that situation with that family from the get go because he knew his family was already telling him that they were going to snatch titles. I believe that they had this conversation prior to him even marrying Meghan. But because of, keeping up with appearances, they made it seem as if she was accepted. But behind the scenes, this is what was going on. And this was what was going to happen regardless. They were going to snatch away titles and they were going to snatch away help and funding anyway because they were punishing him for marrying her. I do believe that. I feel it in my bones that this was something that was already in the making and that they had already discussed. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. At Bixby says his brother needs to stop being a hypocrite. He was lusting after Beyonce. Really? The brother was lusting. But see, here's the thing. Now, it's okay for them to lust after us for sex. It's we're for sex and we're for fun. It's okay for them to take us into the bedroom, right? But to marry one of us, to put a ring on our finger, is forbidden. And see, Harry did the one thing that was forbidden. He married a black woman and made her royalty, even though she can pass for a white woman, and even though those children that they have are white. Okay, make no mistake. Because look at it, Meghan Markle's mother was already half and half. Okay, so if Meghan Markle's mother, who's already mixed herself, but she just looks more phenotypically black like me, okay, Meghan Markle mom looked like me, okay. So if she's already have a little admixture in her, and then she has Meghan Markle would be 3/4 white. So she's 75% white already. So any babies that her and Harry would have would be white. Okay, that's what you call the whitewashing. Okay, this is how you dilute the bloodline. So that family really had nothing really to worry about as far as the children's color, because those children are white. Make no mistake about it. They are white. But it's just the thought that he brought that black woman into the palace, married her, and made her royalty that has their royal blood just boiling. His father is boiling over this, and his brother is boiling over this. And they hate that he's made that decision. But Prince Harry has always been the black sheep of that family, right? I've heard many rumors about him going down to Vegas and buying prostitutes and getting in trouble. So he's been rolled, long before he met Meghan. And the family is just fed up with him. So, it's not just this thing, but this was the straw that pretty much broke the camel's back with his family and him. He's had a kind of shaky relationship with his family even before he met Meghan. And he should have been honest with her. He should have told her everything. Okay, let's see here. On Mary Little something, I can't see the whole name, but she says, or he says, those British royals believe in the one drop rule. Yes, and they all about pure bloodedness. The original colonizers, yet they all want to act like it's so shocking they were racist. GTFO. I say the same thing. Exactly. Exactly. Chasby98 says the children white, but they want them white. Exactly. So they don't want any Negro blood in the royal bloodline. And Prince Harry has pretty much tainted that. So they can't give them titles, they can't give them protection. They're stripping away all royal traditions and making the exception in their case because of racism. Okay, the establishment is racist. And see, Meghan Markle has put a spotlight on it, and so well she should. I really hope that they're very successful with their foundation, but that is exactly what is going on here. Let's see, on Mary Little BYTCHE says the fact that she was catching all the attention was making them mad. Now, how does she get good attention? That's why they made the deal with the tabloids to smear her. Exactly. And you're absolutely right, Mary. The royal family has the tabloids in their pockets. Okay, they work hand in hand with the British tabloids. So that smear campaign against Meghan, that came pretty much with the family's approval. The family pretty much sanctioned and approved all of the smearing that went on with her. So I believe that Harry saw the writing on the wall. He was already pre warned that it was going to happen. And that is the reason why Harry felt comfortable making the decision to pull his family out of the situation, because he already knew. He just did not know that it was going to be like that. He just didn't know. Mary says Harry's not innocent either. Let's not forget when he was waiting that Nazi. Oh, he was wearing a Nazi patch when he was wearing that Nazi patch at a party, plus other incidents. Hopefully, he's no longer the same way. But I always side eye them people. Hmm. Wow. Chasby98 said his mother made similar statements about not being protected, and look what happened to her. Exactly. So what they were planning to do to Harry, because I believe that they killed Diana. I think that they set Princess Diana up to be killed because she was too controversial. And Harry is just like his mother. Harry is not like his brother and his father. He's very much like his mother, and he's following directly in his mother Diana's footsteps. And by them saying to him that they're taking the protection away from him, I think Prince Harry saw the writing on the wall. That is the reason why he hurried up and got his family out of there, which was smart because they were going to kill them. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. This is faith. This is my hypothesis. I'm not saying that this is true, but I really do believe that they were going to set them up to be assassinated because either they were going to snatch the titles or they were going to kill them so that they could not be in the royal bloodline, because what he did was treasonous to them in their eyesight. And they pretty much told him so before he married her, I believe. I believe they had that conversation with him. He did not tell his wife. But at any rate, guys, it is 3 minutes to the time that I have to leave, but I just wanted to pop my head in here real quick and have the conversation with you guys because I'm going to be going live and go more in depth on this subject in a more formal setting than my truck. I like to have my little background and everything set up, and I'm going to do a panel discussion on this because I want to get even more in depth because there are other things that I noticed in this interview that I really, really want to sink my teeth into because this was really juicy. But I'm waiting on Oprah to drop the second reaction video with her and Gail and a few others, because she stated at the end of that interview that there were other portions of that interview that they could not show in that particular clip because of time constraints. So I want to wait until she drops the second one, and then I will come back to you guys with my full analysis. But for now, I just wanted to say, hey, I'm paying attention and I'm watching, and peace. I'm out. Holla.